Good morning, everybody. It is Brian for GadgetUnit.com, and it is Monday, April 3rd, 2017, and for me, this is VEDA Day 3. So it's approximately 7:21 in the morning, headed downtown for work for the day, and I'm actually downtown during the week, so I have about 15 days of showing you guys something downtown during my lunch hour. So I'm thinking today I might go down to the Cathedral and show you guys a quick look of that. So as I mentioned in vlog number 1 on Saturday, I can't really show too much during the week because I work all day and I don't really do too much after work either, because by the time I get off I just want to kind of go home and chill for a couple hours before going to bed. There were a couple of questions left in vlog number 1 and 2. All of these came from Grape Shot Media, and he asks, is there any particular reason for you to go out for 50-cent tea refills over beverages or even getting pre-bottled stuff from home? So I like getting tea. It is caffeinated, so that helps get through the day a little bit easier. And it's only 50 cents for a very large cup of tea. They're quick and easy to get in and out of, so that's pretty much why I get the tea refills during the week and occasionally on the weekends. Grape Shot Media also asked, I'm not familiar with that barbecue place. Is there anything special about it? So Bill Miller, there's not a whole lot special about it. It's just sort of the chained fast food style barbecue restaurant in this region. They're okay. The prices aren't too bad. They do have breakfast tacos, which a lot of people go there for nowadays. They also have a new breakfast bowl for $5 that pretty much just tosses in eggs, cheese, potatoes, and some other stuff for $5, so it's not too bad. But they're just a somewhat popular, affordable fast food barbecue restaurant in the area. The food there is actually decent. I like their brisket tacos. Their brisket plates are okay as well. Grape Shot Media also asked about the Galaxy S8 that I took a look at yesterday on Sunday, and he asked, any thoughts on the Galaxy S8, love or pass? Would you upgrade? So the phone itself is fantastic. The screen definitely draws you in. It's, especially the S8 Plus model, it's a bigger screen and it's practically very tall, so having to reach anything at the top of the screen is going to be impossible unless you have extremely large hands. The fingerprint sensor is also very hard to get to because it's also located towards the top of the phone, and because it's right next to the camera sensor, it's even harder to get to. Speaking of the fingerprint sensor, I don't think anybody can agree with where they put it. It's right next to the camera sensor, and physically they both feel the same, so you'll probably end up with smudges all over your fingerprint sensor relatively quickly. And I think the phone itself, it looks great. I think it's going to perform just fine as well. So in that regard, as far as being a modern day high-end Android phone, I think it's going to nail that just fine. But I don't know, I'm not really liking the lack of one-handed operation, especially for the S8 Plus model. The non-Plus model is a little bit easier to hold with one hand, but it's still a little bit more difficult because the screen is noticeably taller than previous phones. I also don't like how it's not a 16:9 aspect ratio anymore, so that means you're going to have black bars somewhere when you're watching 16:9 content, which the majority of things, or the majority of videos, are in. So it's going to be a little bit of a experience that you'll have to get used to, but it's a very expensive phone as well, so I'm definitely not upgrading. Paid full price for my S7. After all of the Note 7 discounts, it was noticeably cheaper than brand new, or full price rather, but I'm extremely happy with the way my Galaxy S7 has been performing. The fact that the fingerprint sensor is on the front and not the back is sort of the main thing that I look for in phones, because I'm not even remotely a fan of rear mounted fingerprint sensors. So think Nexus 6P, LG G5, the Nexus 5X that I used in the past. I just couldn't get used to the fingerprint sensor being on the back. To me, it's convenient when you're already holding the phone, but that's the only time having it on the back is useful. Even if it's on the front, just using your thumb to get to the front sensor is pretty easy on its own, so I don't really see the attractiveness of having it on the back. Now, like I said, having it on the back is only useful when you're already holding it in your hand, but what if it's in a dock or a stand, or if it's just flat on a table? You aren't going to be, that guy was on his brakes. you aren't able to actually get to the sensor in that case, or you'd have to reach around it and it's not that easy to do. So I would much rather have the fingerprint sensor on the front. I think eventually most of the phones will just do away with the front sensor unless they can somehow embed it into the screen itself, which would be interesting. But until that happens, I'm going to stick with my S7 and whatever else out there has a front sensor. If I had to ditch my S7 now, I would most likely go for the OnePlus 3T. It's another high-end Android phone, pretty much stock Android, front fingerprint sensor that also acts as a home button, which is nice. The HTC A9 and I believe the HTC 10 have a front fingerprint sensor that also acts as a touch-sensitive home button, so it makes it feel very fast because you don't actually have to push anything physically down, which is nice. But those are my thoughts on the S8. Hopefully I can try and get a review unit, but if I don't, then it's whatever. Phones definitely take a long time to review, preparation, especially on the video side of things. So not something I look forward to doing too much anymore because, like I said, it just takes a lot of time to put together a quality video as much as a one-person shop can put together without having a DSLR, a bunch of lights or slider bars or any fancy equipment, basically. So it's about 7:29 now, and I should be to my parking garage in about 8 minutes or so. And then during my lunch break, I'll walk around the downtown area and find something different to show you guys for the next 15 weekdays. Weekends will still be whatever sort of happens that I happen to do. So I will see you guys in about 5 hours with hopefully something interesting downtown. All right, so I just left the parking garage, and this is what the north central side of the famous Riverwalk looks like. It's a little bit of a quieter area, not really a whole lot of people come down here. I think they sort of stop maybe half a mile south of here. It's a pretty good morning so far, just a tad chilly, but it's supposed to be sunny all day today, which is nice. All right, so I just got my tea refill. I'm trying to hold the phone a little bit further away from my face so it's not the only thing you're looking at. But downtown now, I'm gonna be at work in a little while, and I'll be there for a while as well. All right, it is 12 past 12, nice and warm out. Totally sunny as well, not a single cloud in the sky. Now it's time to go walk around for a little bit. So I forgot to mention earlier that when I was driving, the phone was not in focus whatsoever for some reason, but hopefully that doesn't happen anymore. I think I may have tapped the screen when I was putting it in the mount. But anyway, now this particular area is called Main Plaza. And here we have the San Fernando Cathedral, which according to Google was built in 1738. That's about all I know about it. But at night, I think every single day they use these projectors. There's one there and there's one there. And I think that every single night they actually put some really neat looking projections up onto the side of the building, so that's pretty cool, and it definitely attracts quite a few people to this area. And this street here is actually called Dolorosa Street, and just 1 week ago the entire street was covered in American Ninja Warrior sets and equipment. So they actually recorded the first couple of episodes of the season here in San Antonio, and that starts in June, I think. So they recorded a qualifying episode and then the finals episode. So they actually recorded last Sunday night as well as last Monday night. So that's always exciting to have something like that in the city that you live in. Then here we have the courthouse. So that's about it for this afternoon. I'm gonna go to Subway and get me a chopped salad, and I think that might actually be it for today's vlog. Tomorrow I'm gonna go ahead and walk around somewhere else to find something to show you guys. And I'm not really sure what that's going to be yet, but I think I'm gonna look up a couple things. That way I have some more information to speak to you guys ahead of time. So I will see you guys either later today or tomorrow. I am back, everybody. It's about 6 past 5 in the evening. Got off work a short while ago, just working my way through a little bit of traffic. Currently on 281 near the airport, just going by it. As far as traffic goes for my day-to-day routine, Mondays and Fridays are not too bad for both the mornings and the evenings. Tuesdays through Thursdays are definitely worse. Of course, as far as traffic goes, the best days are when school is out, so that's not going to happen until sometime in May. But then it'll be good through the summer until about mid to end of August rather. Been checking out the feedback for my first couple of vlogs, and it's been very positive so far. In fact, vlog number 1 has received the most likes on a video of mine since probably my HP Envy unboxing, which I think was in December. And then prior to that, it was the HTC Bolt review video that also received a pretty high number of likes as far as my videos go. So that's always nice to see. Not that the metrics really concern me too much. I would be doing videos regardless of how many subscribers or views or likes I would get anyway, because I enjoy doing them. So, but it is nice to check in on every once in a while. So that's about it with vlog number 3. I'm not entirely sure what I'll be doing tomorrow in terms of my lunch hour sort of downtown tour. So I'm still going to figure that out. We'll just have to see what that's going to be. But that is it with vlog number 3 for April 3rd, 2017. It's a little bit easier remembering what day it is because the vlog number is the day that it actually is for April. Anyway, that is it with vlog number 3, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.